Good morning, Ramon. Good morning, Team Steam. Hopefully, everyone's excited for another Monday to get your weekend started off right. But for us, Ramon, it's actually Friday. So, we look forward to, maybe I do. I look forward to my one day off. My niece was in a production of Freaky Friday. So we did that yesterday and went out to dinner. So I kind of missed some of the prime time, action. So maybe you'll have to fill me in a little bit.
Well, if you liked road teams in hockey, it was definitely your type of weekend. The road teams, higher seeds to be fair, but 8-0 for road teams in the NHL last night. Mindy, was an exciting one between the Oilers and the Kings. If anybody's wondering about the late action, as you are, or could have turned in early, get ready for their work week. It was the Oilers winning in overtime over the Kings, 5-4. The Kings led in this one early. It was 3-1. Oilers come back, tie it up at 3, and a wild one really, and then end up taking it in overtime. Also Dallas, Boston, Carolina with those winners. Yesterday we had the Islanders. We did have Boston, no doubt about that.
And,
we had a few other winners as well. And in basketball, the late game, Minnesota, they saved off elimination.
I guess.
Denver, Denver kept coming back late. It definitely showed that Denver still, maybe with just a little bit of, we can go back and get that win at home, whatever. But every time Minnesota would build the lead, looked like they were going to, not coast or anything, but Denver would come fighting back, even in overtime. The game went overtime, and they'd still close it to within nearly still getting the win, but Minnesota then gets the win at home to extend that series. Good morning and welcome to the Morning Steam with the Midwest Premier Sports Handicapper, Mindy Hahn. I'm Ramon Scott, coming to you from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. Get ready, for another week. Yeah, it's our day off here tomorrow, but we'll be here for one more day previewing the Monday card. Not a full card of baseball and just 2 in the NBA. We'll start with NBA today and then go into hockey and then wrap up with the baseball because it's playoffs and they're heating up big time. We got important games and, we got to figure out our injury reports and things like that. See what we're going to do. We'll say hello to everyone starting to come in the picks. So, all right, let's take a look at what's going on over at Tony'sPicks.com today. We'll let everyone kind of file in here and see how everyone's doing as we head into the week. Pretty good weekend. So let's take a look at Moneyline Mills was here first today. Let's see what we got here. All right, there's Moneyline. I see. I thought I saw him and everyone else. There we go. Oh, yeah, a little Connor McDavid action. All right. And Curtis here today as well. Luis Venegas here. Angel Reyes as well. He's ready with his picks already, talking about the Sox and the Orioles.
Right. Ready to go.
Here. Here's Thomas Lewis here today. Zane is here today. Angel. Here's Butterscotch. And it looks like Jose didn't hit with the premiums yesterday. Anyway, let's go to Tony'sPicks.com and talk about it. Must have been a tough day for handicappers. I don't know. How did the players do? How did you folks do? I see some mixed results there. So over to Tony'sPicks.com and see exactly what happened, what Jose's talking about. I think if I interpret that correctly, saying he's got his credits back. Not good. That's okay. We know we have some production, and we'll take a look at what's going on over at Tony's Picks. But there you see it. I mean, we've got a pretty good list of cappers, and just 3 of them in the plus, but that's okay. Well, Hollywood Sam, Ralph Hyman, Nick Bartini are in the profit on Sunday, but that's only 3 names, so I get it. Transparent here. We'll turn around. I mean, we can't be that far off from missing because you see here for the last 7 days, definitely have some profitable cappers, including myself, up nearly a dime in the last 7 days. Hollywood Sam, definitely a strong run still. Our morning steam team, we're right there, Mindy, no doubt about it.
Right.
Profitable for the last 7 days. The GM also Pravi, Sean, Sean's on the leaderboard. Good, Sean, good job. And Collins Brown for the last 30 days. There's Collins still leading the way along with Sam, both close to around 2,600 units. I'm up there, 1,500 units. And the GM at 1,200 units. Ralph, Daniel, and Sean also there. And Mindy, I'm going to try for a new nickname here. 6,400 units now. After that strong day on Saturday, I could only manage a 500 record myself yesterday as well in premium land. So, and morning steam. We're back up there, Mindy, as far as profit for talking about the show here, us, you and I, and our chat room, if you will. We're back on the profit zone. So, all right, a little bit more here, money line. Talking about some of the action, Mindy. Let's see here. Lucky Power here today. All right. Butterscotch saying lots of upsets yesterday. Yeah, Thomas Lewis talking about that to finish the Denver game. So we'll preview these baseball games today. Head on over to Tony'sPicks.com. There you will find our premium picks. You might have credits, and you'll get our picks today over at Tony's Picks. Take a look at our premium picks section with our cappers over there at Tony's Picks and see if anybody's got anything ready to go today so far. Nothing yet? No. Okay, just a little slow. How am I, Mindy? Am I coming through clear today? Or
It's pretty good. It's better than what it has been.
Collins with a 5
A little
pack.
pixelated, but not bad at all.
Okay. Guaranteed 5-pack there. It might have 10 play. I'm not sure. Yeah, it looks like that's 10 plays. Collins is going big time. He's got 5 totals, and he's also got money lines and run lines. So Collins going heavy. Daniel Wolosichuk, 5 picks, including 1 in the NBA, 4 in Major League Baseball. Ben Ruala, he's got a 3-pack in Major League Baseball, and Tony T's got a house 3-pack. Premium plays on monetization Monday. 2 in Major League Baseball and 1 in the NBA. All right. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout. 20% off all of our premium pick packages for Monday's action. And Doubles says the Padres heading into Chicago. Doesn't sound like a great situation for the Padres right now. The Solos here today. And Butterscotch also here today. All right. And Doubles enjoyed the series with the Dodgers and the Cubs. Yeah, the baseball yesterday, Mindy. I don't know. So let's see what went on there. On the diamond. I don't know if there's anything that stood out too much yesterday. Yeah, I'm just gonna put it. I'm ready to go on Monday here and get the week. All right, let everybody kind of file. Well, we got 3 dozen minutes of Monday, so maybe we can get rolling here with the picks right away. Kind of a short show, as I said. We got just 11 games in Major League Baseball, the 2 basketball games and 4 on the ice. Kevin here today. Curvin. Thinking of who is Kevin? There is maybe it might be a poker player. I'm thinking Kevin Cardy. Is that right? All right. Let's get ready to roll with the show, Mindy. We might be able
All
to
right.
make this a quick one for everyone. We'll do the rundown here. Start with the NBA with our 2 games today. Let's see what we got. All right, the Bucks are going to be on the road here, taking on the Heat, get things started off. And yeah, we have big question marks here. It definitely is going to affect our early handicap without knowing the status of actually, Giannis certainly is the key question mark, but certainly a notable injury as well to Victor Oladipo, who is out for the season with a knee injury. So not only do you have Hero out, but you have Oladipo out. This is a major turn of events to a certain extent. I mean, definitely affecting the guard play. We know Jimmy Butler. I don't know how to put it, Mindy, but he's got a sore butt. He's got a sore tailbone.
I've done that before. It's not good.
Yeah.
If anyone's broke their tailbone, I've done it. I fell down to my basement steps. It never heals, I tell you.
So big question marks there. Now, Bam is probable in the game, but now you're going to be down. You're probably Vincent and Max Strus probably starting in the backcourt now for Miami. So Giannis, safe to say, I mean, probably game time decision. I mean, it was not, he's not out, not doubtful, he's questionable, and so we're looking right up until game time. I will mention that right now, Mindy, there is definitely a serious move on this game. So I don't know if it's reflective of maybe what Giannis' status is. Maybe people are cappers, bettors waking up and seeing this guard situation with the Heat. But this total right now is dropping as we speak. And I'm showing it what opened as high as 217.5 is currently as low as 215.5 right now. This one on the move lower.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is going to be, interesting. I was kind of saying, if Giannis plays, I'm pretty sure I'll go with the Bucks. Otherwise, I was kind of thinking about going over this total. I still think we're going to have, guys that need to go out there and, make up for the players that aren't in, right? I think the line, going down definitely helps as well. I don't like it necessarily because, these games kind of have been going a little bit under. But I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go over this 217. I think we have enough on the bench that's going to come in. I'm maybe hoping Giannis still plays one of those things. I'm going to go over the total here.
Well, I'll update it for you. I'll call it 216.5. I'll call it 216. Sure that's what the books that we follow. Now the books that we're following pretty much 216. I'm just referring to one as Tony likes to call it the sharpest book in Vegas is 215.5. So I think it could go lower as well. I don't know if it's a reflection of the status of us at this point. The spread is not moving at this time. It's still currently, it's 6. I know I have it listed 5 there, so I think mostly we're seeing 6 now around the world on this one. Giannis, definitely, like I said, probably a game time. Let's see what the chat has to say.
Well, I just think it was tough because, I thought the Bucks would be able to do this last time without him. Like, I thought that's a game that they would be prepared for, and the Heat just kind of ran away with it.
Yeah, the Angel says there it is. So, all right, Kevin, let's see. Yeah, Butler is bad. I mean, it looks like Miami's the one with the injury woes coming on at this time. So, Butterscotch, who likes Milwaukee to bounce back. He thinks Giannis could be on limited minutes because of his status. Does look like Thomas will still be looking to take the Heat here. And Zane says Bucks have more depth, but the Heat are sneaky. Again, looks like what you got, like I said, Gabe Vincent, Max Strus starting at guard. I mean, that to me, I mean, that is just a very, very tough assignment for Vincent go up against the likes of Holiday, who's a pretty good defender. I think. So here's Kevin Buck's money line. Brent looks like he doesn't know what he wants to do. Scotch with the prop there, and Joel Costa. Nice to see Joel today. Says must win. Well, they must. I mean, no doubt. That's the funny thing about this whole thing. I mean, they're the one that are down in this series. So maybe they can back. They are favored here. I'll probably delay these points. That's what I will do. I'll take the Milwaukee Bucks. I think their injury. I think the Heat's injury situation is very, very notable, especially if they can't. I think Butler's probably a game time decision. And Bam is in. I'm sure Bam is in. So I'm going to take the Bucks. I'm going to lay 6 on the show here. Minnie's going to take the over at 216.5, I'd say at this point. But I don't know. Could it be even further? Maybe one more comment here. Get the Bucks right now. If Giannis is ruled in, because that will shoot up, no doubt about it. He says it clearly states. He clearly states what is going to happen there if he is ruled in. So, all right, that's first game, and yeah, I mean, be a desperate situation for the Bucks to fall down 3-1. It just does feel like to me that situation is kind of turning for the Heat. They have the series lead, so that does give them a little bit of hope still, if you will. We'll mention right now that favorites have been in the NBA playoffs, no doubt about it, but against the spread, favorites are 19-11 so far in the 30 games in the postseason so far in the playoffs. 19-11 in the first round, 63%. Home teams, 29-1 for 69%. And so that's pretty significant right there. But I will take a road team here with the Bucks. I'm basically putting it on that injury situation right now with the losing Oladipo. Big factor in my handicap in this one. Not just Oladipo, but also Hero. It looks like a decimated backcourt, and we know Holiday, outstanding. Grayson Allen also playing pretty darn well. So, all right, Mindy, the Lakers are going to be taking on the Clippers, and I'm showing the Lakers up to 4.5 at a lot of spots right now, so maybe the Lakers are starting to take the action here against the Heat. Total's definitely around 220.5. Lakers 2-1 up in the series.
All right. Well, I kind of think the Lakers here have kind of been the more, balanced team here. Hachimura has been playing pretty good off the bench there as well. I still think this one's going to come down to, some of these last few possessions. I think the Grizzlies, try to rely on maybe Morant a little bit too much. Again, I think Anthony Davis has kind of always been a little bit more of the key here this year for me. If he's playing well, especially defensively. I'm going to take the Lakers here at home again. I'm going to take a minus the 4.5 points.
I'm on the Lakers here, minus 4.5 against the Grizzlies. They'd go up 3-1. Has been a disaster here for the Grizzlies. Kind of taking their shot at LeBron a little bit. We saw in the last game, Brooks. That's the talked about storyline, if you will. We talked about it also in the last one, but yeah, Brooks with the below the belt punch of LeBron. That it almost doubled down to a certain extent. Hello to James Hughes here today. Missed him on the last game there, but I want to say hello to James. Thank you for joining us. Angel here will lay the points with the Lakers. Young Shard here today. Good to see Young Shard. And Brent says the Grizzlies have been disappointing. Thomas is on the Grizzlies here today. Those points, however. Mix here today. Doubles likes the over in this one. Nolan, he says Davis has the best matchup on the floor. I think he's, probably talking about with Tillman, I would guess. Seems like the right matchup, right? Is that Butterscotch on the Lakers? Solo says Lakers under. And Joel saying Lakers cover. Memphis no good against the spread on the road, says Joel. Yeah, 14 and 26 ATS on the road. Memphis 6 and 13 against the spread as an underdog. Lakers haven't been an overwhelming pick this season, but they are covering some numbers here. I'll take them with Mindy and lay 4.5 here with the Lakers and see. We know Clark is out now for the Grizzlies. And, of course, LeBron and AD are going to show on the injury list. They are probable. The Schroeder also is probable, but we know that, Clark has been out now, as I said, for a couple of months. Adams never coming back. And Brooks, I think he's probable. Is he, in line to be suspended? I don't know what's going on too much with that, but I think he's in this game. Kevin Curvin says Memphis to cover. We're on the Lakers with Mindy here, so we got to play in the NBA. All right. That's a look at 2 basketball games. Move on to hockey now with 4 games on the ice for Monday. One more here. Curvin has Memphis first as well, probably plus 2.5 points there, I would think. All right. Let's get into the National Hockey League. We're having a good time tonight with these games. And first up, we can take a look at the Devils on the road here against the Rangers. Just to see what's been going on in the NHL. We talked about it, 8-0 for the road teams in the last 2 days. Yes, all were higher seeds. The better teams were on the road. That's just where they happen to be at in the series. Right now, road teams are 17 and 11 overall in the playoffs. And I will mention that if you use the popular zigzag theory where last team that lose what in the next game, well, those teams are currently in a bit of a groove right now, 14-6.
Win one, lose one. Win one, lose one.
Yeah, for teams that lost the last game in the playoffs so far in NHL, 14-6. So what do you got here, Mindy? We take a look at New Jersey and the Rangers.
Well, I'm going to go back and try this home team. I'm going to take the Rangers here at home today, allowing 1.33 goals in the playoffs here so far. They struggled in the power play, game 3, going 0 for 5, while the Devils went 1 for 3. So that definitely made a difference in that 2-1 overtime loss there. Rangers did have 36 shots on goal, won 60% of the faceoffs there. as well. I'm going to go ahead and take the Rangers. I think they can come back and get this one here.
That would give them a 3-1 series lead here if they were to get this one as we move in to Game 4. And we do comments in the chat. Angel Reyes says he likes the Rangers in regulation. Here's James Hughes with the pick. He's got Rangers on the line. What's that price at? Definitely want to take a look and see what the price is on that. Plus $1.65. Very nice, James. Burley's here today. Good morning to Burley.
Hello.
And Butterscotch is just making up his own matchups there. I'm sure he means Rangers, Devils under, but here's Zane also with a play. He likes the under in this one at 5.5. You see it right there, 5.5 to the over at minus 115. Yeah, James says he's with you. Mindy's on the money line, though, James, but you're on that nice puck line. Still definitely on the Rangers. Joel says, let's see, Rangers in regulation here, it looks like. Burley says Rangers on the money line. Curvin says this one's easy. Too easy. Rangers. Okay. That's the way you guys feel. I expect it. I'm not sure that I'm going there. I think I'm going to be on the total. Remember, it's New Jersey. One of my favorite roads, Mindy. I've said it all year. I mean, 29-9, 29-9-4 on the road this year. You know the Rangers are pretty strong, right? New Jersey finished ahead of the Rangers, obviously, in the standings. Right, that's why we're in this. That's why we're here playing Game 4 in Madison Square Garden. Rangers do have that lead now, so in the big-time driver's seat, no doubt about it, in position to go up 3-1. A few more comments here. Darren's here today. Hello to Darren. And hey, where you been, Numbers Gang? Good to see you. Looks like he's leaning there. Solo, me and Solo are going to be hanging out, it looks like, the Devils today. I'm going to go over 5.5. I'm against most of the chat. Was at least the suggestions on the total looked like mostly under. But I'm going to go over with this one, even with these goaltenders in there. I'll go over 5.5. All right, there's the first game. More comments, it looks like, from the chat. Mindy's on the Rangers, and I'm on the over. Maple Leafs and Lightning. All right, well, we got looks like a pick 'em here right now. Say the Leafs maybe were slightly favored. Let me call it up, but it looks like the Maple Leafs were slightly favored. Maybe they are still favored in a few spots, but for the most part, you look up and down the list of these sports books, I think it's pretty much a pick 'em at this point. Now, Toronto leads the series. They are on the road here, so still in pretty good position against the Lightning, but this one's a pick 'em tonight.
All right. Well, I think the Lightning here are going to look to bounce back after allowing those 4 goals in Game 3. I think that's going to be more. They have to put pressure on, this Leafs team here, similar to what they did in Game 1 here. Lightning did get off more shots on goal, 39-27. Again, they were only, 4 for 8 here so far on power plays. Just have to do better there as well. I'm going to take the Lightning here at home.
Angel's with you on the Lightning. He wants to take another big Lightning plus 1. Oh, he said minus 1.5, so I didn't look to see what that price was, but probably a pretty good price. Solo on the over here. James says it's Leafs time. Is it the Leafs time, or is it time for the Leafs? Young Shard says he'll go over in this one. at 6.5. So he does like it to be kind of a shootout here.
They've been going up.
And double here with the he's got a regulation draw and then Tampa puck line. So interesting play. Oh, nice to see doubles little avatar there. Is that what we've seen? I think was different before, right?
No, I think that's still the same one.
Okay.
I
Hello,
believe.
Gary. Gary's here. Zane is here. Hello, and he wants the over. Yeah, puck line plus 1.5 minus 2.7. I mean, that's about as big as it gets. And I think just the nature of the playoffs, we're going to see those prices higher because there's far less volatility.
Right.
Moneyline Bill says on the money line with his Lightning. He is our Tampa correspondent, I do believe. And so he likes it, though, obvious little parlay action here, it looks like. The Rangers money line. That's what it looks like to me. Oh, no. James says it was locked in on the over. I'm on the under. I'm not saying it like that to go against James on the under here. But Curvin likes the over as well. I'm myself here in this one. I don't think probably should be listening. I don't think my hockey totals were too swift, actually. No, I did have that under in Dallas, Minnesota. That was pretty solid. But I did go under in the late game, and that was no contest. Butterscotch on Tampa. Burley on Toronto. I think the chat's relatively split here, Mindy. Angel says he's got the Lightning on the money line. Looks like that's a parlay right there.
That's
I don't
right.
know if he needs the parlay is a lock. Avalanche is his lock, but he did say parlay there at the end. So I don't know. Is it a parlay lock? Oh, gosh. All right, Mindy on Tampa Bay. I'm on the under. Let's try to see if we can't find a hockey play together. Take a look at the Golden Knights and the Jets. Mindy, the Knights still in good position. One here against Winnipeg on the road. But the latter, Vegas favored. Showing it Vegas, maybe just the slightest of favorites. I have 115. I kind of give, how Tony says, well, I'm showing the sharpest book. I kind of show the square line. That's just the way I do it. I do respect Tony showing the sharpest book in the world. I kind of round it up. I just kind of make sure we give, because I think you'll find that most of the sharp shops, if you will, the Knights are just a slight favorite. $1.09, $1.10 or so on those nickel lines. So, but definitely still across the board, slightest of favorites. Total 5.5 over. I'm showing minus 15. So this was going down a little bit on the total.
Yeah, this was my favorite overtime game there the other day when we had 3 go into overtime. But yeah, I mean, what a way for the Jets to kind of get back into that after it looked like they were, pretty much a lost cause. I think they're still going to be pretty desperate here to even up this series before heading back to Vegas. That's for sure. I think, Hellebuck, he's been pretty good. I mean, he's 22-11 here. 2.2 goals allowed per game on average. I'm going to go with the Jets here. I think that they are the ones that need to get this one done here tonight.
Well, definitely. Otherwise, they're going to fall behind and heading on the road. So they need this one. Tony Livernessi here today. Tony, of course. Joel says he will take the over here. Yes, maybe that's what it was there for Bulls. Maybe I saw him on the other avatar. Yeah. Brent says he does like the Knights in this one. Yeah, maybe the Jets do have some scoring issue, but again, I mean, these two have been solid unders. James is saying, look, he says, Ramon under, baby. Like, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to startle him here, I think, when I'm going to go with the over in this game.
Last one was over.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hard under on these teams, certainly, especially because of Winnipeg's penchant. But I just think in the scenario, Vegas Golden Knights up 2-1. I think it loosens things up a little bit. Butterscotch is on the over here. Curvin says VGK plus the puck line. Is that really? Is that what I'm? That's a $3 puck line there, but no problem. I mean, especially given the nature of the series, I think. And Rocco, hello to Rocco. Says he doesn't mind the over with Vegas up in the series on the road. Other than the fact that I've never, my broom ball experience, I've never played in a competitive hockey game. I wouldn't know necessarily about the ins and outs of the game other than watching it all my life. So that's what I feel, though, right there, Rocco. Vegas up in the series on the road. Simple as that for me as to the reason I'm going over. And that's not just, a blanket statement like every team on the road. I'm just with this matchup and the fact that Winnipeg is such a strong under team. I think they need this win. So they're the one that's going to feel the pressure to get that scoring going. Oh, I left Mr. Steam Play on there. Yeah. Well, nobody's going to be interested in this one. So
you never know. What is it, like lacrosse? Something like that?
Yeah, it's almost might be where this crazy, Don Best. A basketball game for the Czech Republic. Probably could turn off those notifications. Probably not going to get involved. But do they take Nienberg minus 16? Let me mute that. I don't need any updates on Czech Republic basketball. I will pass along the update. Anyway. I will pass along the steam that comes in. Okay. Oh, we do have a few more here, certainly. Yeah, that's Rocco. Me and Rocco are seeing this right on together for sure. Vegas. I don't know if it's Rocco. I don't. They do score more on the road. I think that their defense is a little less on the road, and that lends to the reasons why they might end up with a little more scoring. But we know the Jets. What are 13-26 to the under at home, 11-22 to the underdog. I think we can still call them an underdog here, but has broomball turned into a dangerous sport? I haven't done that since back in the years and years ago. But mostly it's about trying to avoid injuries to your. Well, like we talked about with Jimmy, you just don't want to fall on your tailbone because you're standing on the ice in sneakers. All right. Thank you, Curvin. Like and smash. And Alec Eiffel here today as well. Nice to have Alec. And good point there, man. You got to give these guys I have some questions as to how some of the teams are going about their goaltending. I'm sure other people do too, but what do we know? But I just saw when I saw the Kings last night, and Korpisalo couldn't see the high shots. They gave up that lead, and yes, I understand that Phoenix Copley is a career AHL goalie, so maybe you got a veteran. That's why they got Korpisalo. But it was, Copley with that incredible record during the regular season. I mean, there is something to be said for chemistry, for playing well, but it's been all Korpisalo, and boy, there were two shots. And the Jets were just so fast on that full ice transition each time. That's where the Kings, they were in the 5-on-5 end, getting into the offensive zone and just moving the puck around, trying to find shots. The Kings were able to stop it. But every time the goals that kind of came in were when the Kings tried to clear the puck, the Jets and the Oilers came right down real fast, get off a high shot right over Korpisalo's shoulder each time. So, that's what I'm talking about right there. So, all right. Me on Winnipeg. I'm on the over. So I'm getting plenty of plays, but that does show that I might not be seeing things quite the same here, but all right. One more here is Colorado and the Kraken, Mindy. Colorado, another they're favored again on the here at $1.50 or so in the last one, and obviously in position here with this 2-1 lead on the road. And what can the Kraken do?
Well, it's pretty much I hate to handicap this game here anymore, because I've been on the Avalanche here the whole time, but yet I'm kind of, hoping that the Kraken win, right? I don't know. I think this Avalanche team, they kind of got a little acclimated here finally to these, playoffs after losing the first game of the series. Now coming back to win the next two. I kind of think they got Grubauer's number right now. I'm going to go ahead and take the Avalanche again here on the road. I'm going to take them to get this victory.
We have found our consensus play. I'm on the Avalanche here on the road. I will be finding a way, I'm sure, to come back on the Kraken once we move back to Denver. Maybe as long as they win the next one after this, because obviously they'd be at 3-1 if the Avalanche do win this. But I will most likely be on the Kraken to extend the series in Denver, and maybe even the game after that. We'll see. But that's the way it feels, just because of, I like taking the Kraken on the road. I like taking Colorado on the road. So that's why I'm on them here as well with you, Mindy.
All right.
I'm going to be on Colorado here. That's the other thing, talking about their great success. Kraken on the road. Colorado very strong on the road too. They're up probably about 10 units on the road this season. And Seattle, for their success, they're down nearly 10 units at home on the season. I know there'll be some comments on this one before we head into the baseball. Let's take a look. And hello to C-Spill here today. Matt says Avs to roll. Angels about done with the Kraken. Says that's it. That's it. Going up against the champs here, and maybe the way things are working out in the Western Conference. Maybe after all this, with the way the Kings have gone, and and Seattle. You look at some of these teams in Winnipeg, against VGK. I mean, VGK is kind of, they're doing it right now, but maybe Colorado might be the team above them all once again in the West, where Angel says they've figured them out.
Remote clear again. And it takes so long this time.
Wow.
Like it goes from being like all, kind of burr, to like clear as day.
I wonder if, I don't know. Okay, Rocco says, I know Kraken have been scrappy. Says the price is disrespectful to the Avs. Regulation at even money, plus 105 or so. Maybe that's what he means. I don't know, 150. I don't actually feel that great about 150, but I want to take the Avs here. Young Shard says it's an auto bet. Joel says Avs. Matt likes all the Denver. Certainly, he's kidding. The Broncos. Matt, tell us about. I mean, the Broncos about ready to turn things around. What's going on there? Butterscotch on Colorado. Angel says it's a consensus, but not necessarily with everybody in the chat. Looks like James wants to take a chance with the Kraken. Burley on the abs here, and Nathan was pumping hundreds into the video poker machine. And one more here. Let's see. Eric says abs in 5. Zane, abs money line. And Darren, abs puck line. And Matt has big time hopes for the Broncos. Man, 12 and 5.
Losing to the Chiefs twice, the Chargers twice, and the Raiders once. Is that how it's going to be?
That'd be an awesome turnaround. They would get a lot of those comeback votes and things like that. All right, Mindy, we're on a play in hockey. So we got one in the NBA, one on the ice. Let's get to baseball. Thank you, everybody, for the great picks and comments in the chat. Well, we're going to stay right with here. Another Colorado Road team starts off, Mindy.
Did you mention the Rockies in there? No.
Oh, yeah, he didn't put
Yeah, why not?
put the Rockies in there. Here they are. They could start their turnaround right here, right now.
That's right.
With this one, because I mean it's been rough and tumble for the Rockies. Just playing, I don't know, what are they, 6 and 15, 6 and 17? Oh boy! And we're going up against the Guardians today. Guardians are a $2 favorite, so I don't want to get too crazy with the Cleveland Guardians. I don't think just yet. But what do you have here with this one, Mindy? You got Austin Gomber and you got Quantrill. $2. Steam came in on the Guardians. Steam came in on the under. I'm going to update it though. I had 7.5 over 20. I'm actually showing it's all the way back up to 8 over 15. So it's kind of come back to the over a little bit.
Yeah, that's where I was looking, is over the total here. You got two, bullpens that aren't very great, I would say. Each one here, they score about 3 runs on the offensive side, but they allow 5 runs on the defensive side here. Gomber has the 12.12 ERA, 7.45 on the road. I think the Guardians can kind of get back in place here today versus the Rockies. I'm going to go over the total here of an 8.
I liked 7.5 better.
Sure.
Easy for me to
get that back.
Right. Yeah. Well, I guess there was a time where it did go down. It had to. I mean, I punched it in. I look at it right on a book when I'm punching it in, right on one of the books that we use in the back end of Tony's picks. So it must have been 7.5 a little bit somewhere.
Right.
Butterscotch is going to be doing some NFL draft wagering, it looks like. Angel's laughing at the Rockies. But, yesterday in that game against the Phillies, we saw Urania. Here's James Hughes on the Rockies plus a 1.5. I think that's where I'd lean, maybe because of the price. I don't know, $2 just seems. But here's Nathan says he will take Quantrill at home. Burley, that sounds like take a chance on the over in this game. Hello to Gerardo. He wants the Guardians on the run line. And Butterscotch as well. JD here today throwing us a little prop action. Says Austin Gomber over 7 strikeouts. Makes me want to take a look at the lineup a little bit. I want to go over with Mindy, though. I want to go over 8. If I want to go over 7.5, I'm still going to go over 8. No doubt, Steam came in on the under. These two teams have produced plenty of unders this season, I would say, more than, definitely more so than overs. A big comeback for under this weekend, Mindy. So I think I can put to rest all that over momentum. We're down to about 52.5% now for overs. So under has been the way to go over the weekend. Really, really bringing it back to where you might expect it. As far as it was, where it needs to be right now. I will say so far. Favorites 202 and 123 on the season, but road teams still above 5. Road teams still have won more games than home teams, but just by 168 to 163. But still, that's a big surprise. I mean, you would think that home teams would be much stronger than that, actually. So we'll see if that's something to, All right, that's our selections there, Mindy. We're on the over together in this one, fading that steam. I'm not always chasing steam. I'm gonna fade sometimes. So, all right, I think we can move on to the next one here and take a look with. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed just a few more. Let me get that in there. Darren on Cleveland, and Butterscotch has a prop there. Joel Costa on the Guardians. All right. Now we see a lot of talk here already on the Red Sox in this game against the Orioles. Sale on the mound here against Kramer. And I'm showing that the Red Sox are favored. The total is 8, and maybe getting juiced down a little bit now here to 8 under 15. Steam did come in on the over, but seems like the move is coming in now on the under in this one, Mindy, with Sale and Kramer.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Agree with what Angel is saying here. Oh. The Red Sox have the better pitcher in my mind in this matchup here today. They're also scoring more runs. The pitchers here have similar ERAs, but if you take a look at Sale, right, they've each pitched 9 innings here thus far. That would be home and away, so on their splits, but Sale averages 13 Ks per 9 inning. Kramer only 4 Ks per 9 innings. So again, that kind of allows probably more perhaps more base runners, for this Red Sox team here as well. That's kind of how I see that. Going to go ahead and take the Red Sox here today.
All right, Mindy on the Red Sox. Slight favorite with Sale against Kramer. Sale's going to have, to me, I know what you're saying. Is it you've seen enough strides for Sale over some of that start, or you just in general?
I'm sorry, say again.
You've seen enough.
You mean why I think that Sale's better than Kramer? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think, if you look at their,
the overall body of work or their split.
Right. I mean, and is Sale going to be able to return to some, or maybe he has, maybe he's returned to form. I mean, I don't know if he'll ever be the same, but.
I mean, I didn't like how he pitched his first game out. That's a lot of this reason for this, 8 ERA here. Because he did get, banged up pretty good versus the Orioles the first time out. So I don't know. I mean, I just kind of think it's as we keep going, we have some anomalies sometimes with pitchers. Early in the season, you can go from wild swings in ERAs, right? You can have a 10 and then you can pitch one where you have a 2 and suddenly then you're evening out at a 5 ERA, something like that. So it's hard. So for me, that's why I like to collect a lot of data before I really, feel like I'm, have a grasp on what these guys are doing. But if I just take a look at the small body of work on the split, I kind of like where Sale's headed there.
See there, JD says a lot of people love the over, but it's dropped to 7.5. I'm not seeing many. I don't know if I'm seeing any 7.5 yet. I am I have seen a 7.5, and I saw it go all the way up to an 8.5. Heavily juiced to the under, but that's what I did see. So right now it looks like it's settled to me at 8. But James Hughes says under weather. It's going to be cool. Let's take a look at that. Showing mid 50s and then cooling, getting even cooler. Not much wind blowing from left to right. But when this game gets started, expecting it to be about 57 degrees. And by the time it finishes, it'll be about 50. So Peasy says Hayes home run. I don't know. I feel like I like that lineup for Baltimore today against Sale. So let's see what. Good job, Curvin. All right. Angel. Okay, interesting there. Joel on the Red Sox money line with you, but Solo is on the Orioles money line. Gerardo, Orioles money line. Brent says he'll take the Orioles. Sale having a couple of good games. They're expecting a blow up from Sale. Numbers gang on the Orioles here. But Angel says, Angel, great contributions today. He's coming in heavy with the contributions. Butterscotch says he's still going Baltimore. He's got that tough lineup. I mean, I think up and down the lineup looks pretty good. Darren talking about the bullpens here as well. So, yeah, we know Mindy and I track that pretty big. Yeah, Orioles certainly right now about, I would say, top 5 bullpen. But Red Sox haven't been too bad either. Probably top 10 or so. Just talking ERA and WHIP. Not necessarily what I'm.
Yeah, Red Sox are sitting at 6 saves, Orioles 5. Red Sox have given up 6 home runs, Orioles 7. Walks are definitely in favor of the Orioles, but strikeouts are in favor of the Red Sox. So it's kind of split. 2, relatively okay. 3 ERAs.
Hello to Jerome here today. Good to have you as always. I'll take the over in this one, Mindy. I've got some runs scored here. Mindy's on the Red Sox. I'll take over, and I'll take it over 8. I'll take it over 8. All right. Looks like Doubles is all ready to roll with the next game already. Right. He's already introduced the game. Here you have the Rays, a pretty big favorite here at $1.50. 8 over 20 with Bradley and Urquidy.
Well, I'm taking the Rays. Urquidy has been, I think struggling here, not striking out anyone. He allows too many base runners for playing a team here like the Rays. That's just kind of how I see it. This offense is going to take advantage wherever they can, taking the Rays.
All right, and we've already got some other support, it looks like, for the Rays. Let's take a look. It was Doubles with he likes Bradley in this spot. I do too. This is a play for us, Mindy. Angels against us, though.
Yeah.
Numbers gang, though, says raise money line and lay the juice. And James also on Houston today says the streak is over for the Rays at home. I don't know if it is going to be in this one. I like the Rays here. I'll still rank this offense very, very strong.
Correct.
Rays money line here for Verley. And Butterscotch Tampa. Nathan's says going to. So we're definitely seeing some 50. No, I don't know if it's 50 because here comes Joel on Rays, Kerbin on Rays. So maybe we are gonna. And again, the Rays have been, so solid. So remember, Astros still trying to get healthy in that lineup a little bit. So we've got a consensus here as well, Mindy. Our second play. Let's take the Rays minus $1.50.
All right.
Well, the Rangers and the two teams with basically opposite records. It's been too bad. I feel bad for the Reds. Well, I think nobody's expecting the Reds to go out and win the pennant, but I think we were expecting a little bit better showing early in the season than 7-15. Lodolo's been okay. What do you got here, Mindy? I'm showing the Rangers favorite. Yes, $1.15, but I am showing this total pretty much is moving upward now. I'm showing it pretty much at 8.5 flat, but I'm also showing a few books starting to juice it to the over. So looks like the move has been on the over. The steam came in on Rangers and under, but right now it looks like the total's starting to move back higher.
Well, that's kind of where I was looking. I'm going to go over the total here. This Rangers team, they average 6 runs of offense, and the Reds allow 6 runs here on defense. Lodolo, he's been, solid, right? He was pretty solid last year, but he's kind of one of those middle of the road guys. Like he's not going to be there, to hurt you, but he's not going to be there to, just really be your ace pitcher out there. And also, I think Lodolo's pitched, I don't know, worse at home. Has a 7.36 ERA there, which is higher than his overall ERA of 4.98 there as well. So I'm going to go over the total. Again, I think the Rangers, besides the Rays, are scoring the most runs right now if we take a look at their, body of work over the last series.
Yeah, and that is interesting, right? Because when you think of Lodolo and the way, how he throws and the small ballpark, maybe there is something to that. Feels like a cheap price on the Rangers. I'm going to go over with you. Probably find, the Rangers on my card here somehow. Eovaldi, so far, it hasn't been great. We know 5.5 ERA pretty much so far. But, man, Texas hot still at 10 wins, 3 losses in the last 13 games. So, yeah, Lodolo, that 5 ERA, not as strong at home as you mentioned. Reds they're a 500 team at home. I've gone under in 5 straight, but I think the Reds, even though that offense is, I don't know, Mindy, I think I've got them last now. It seems like I got a new team in last, whatever game I'm watching. And then I'm like, this team's the worst offense. Feels like the Reds have kind of maybe they're last right now in my book offensively. But against Eovaldi, I would think some of these hitters could get something done. India, Senzel, Myers, Stevenson, I've got the up arrow on these guys today. I do think the Rangers are in a great spot. They're the ones that have a top 5 offense still in my book. Lodolo against a guy like Lowe, that might be the one spot where he could get a guy out. But let's take the over in this one. Both these teams pretty much going over this year to a certain extent. I mentioned the 5 straight unders, but Rangers, we were pouncing on a lot of those overs with the Rangers in the last week or two. 11-3 to the over in the last 14 games. So let's go ahead and keep rolling with that, especially in the small park. Let's get the chat in here, give them a chance, because I'm seeing a lot of Rangers action. Fernando here on the Rangers, Darren on the Rangers, Butterscotch, Rangers, Brent Cook, Rangers. Rocco says it looks like Yeah, it looks like he doesn't. He feels like the line is reflecting that this will be a tougher game. I don't know if I. That's the thing. I'm going to come on the Rangers because of the price, and I think they are going to be public. I don't know how high. But maybe it's not moving. So here's Zane with the over on us, but I think the Reds could. Eovaldi doesn't thrill me. I think he's found a nice spot. And again, I think with Bruce Bochy, I think that's one of the reasons why the Rangers have been able to turn it around so quickly. There's Joel on the Rangers. Nathan says likes Lodolo, and I don't know what Mindy. You were talking. He's still young. You were talking about him, right? Just is that your status? Your opinion of him right now is just middle of the road. Is there?
Yeah,
Because you said
I don't think
early you like him early in the season.
Sure, I do like him. And it's one of those again, I just feel like he's not going to go out there and just mow teams down, right? So he's not going to get those shutouts. He might get a couple quality starts kind of things, but it's one of those like I think he's really, really, really solid. But he also plays on a team that's not necessarily great. So in order to win a lot, you of course have to have run support there as well. But again, I don't see him just going out and mowing a side down. So yeah, I mean, look, you can see his K rates going up. I mean, he has potential, but I mean, he's a guy that he's solid, and I think you like solid, right? He's a guy that's not going to hurt you, and I don't think there's a problem there.
Okay, and yeah, great points from the chat here. So yeah, he might have a little bit of advantage, I think, against. It'll be interesting to see what kind of lineup the Rangers actually come with today, but. Maybe there can be some success at the top for him, but all right. A few more comments here. Is JD saying like if Rangers win, it goes over? If the Reds win, it goes under? I'm not being a little. I actually agree with that wholeheartedly. If I was going to look at it one way or the other, even though I'm solid Rangers and Rangers and over with Mindy, that's our play. Furley also going over. And looks like Nathan on the Rangers. C-Spill coming in with his pick, Rangers. Solo on the Reds. So definitely some mixed vibes, I would think, from the chat. But Mindy, we're on the over, so we've got more baseball plays. The White Sox are on the road with Lance Lynn on the mound going up against Chris Bassett. Bassett, $1.60, and this total here is 9 under 20.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go over 9 here. Again, Blue Jays, White Sox, both teams scoring over 4 runs of offense, giving up 4 runs on defense here as well. Not so hot of bullpens either. We've kind of talked about the White Sox, the woes, but it's not like the Blue Jays have been doing all that much better here so far. Both of these starting pitchers have an ERA above 5 as well. I'm going to go over 9.
Yeah, they haven't won any of Lynn's 4 starts so far. That sounds pretty bad for the White Sox at this point. Mindy going over this total of, what did I say, 9 under? Chicago in a bad way right now. Just 4 and 12 in the last 16 after that. So after an okay start, certainly. So Blue Jays, they've been a pretty solid under, Mindy. I think you know that, but I think you're probably hedging your play. Think about that Toronto offense. I've got them certainly top 5 in offense right now. But interesting, their games they've been getting good pitching, and they've gone under. They've gone over in just one of their last 11. Now there are some pushes in there, so not saying that 10 and 1. There were like 3 pushes. Depend, there's always some little bit of variance on those where you could get a better line, or you might get sided by half a run, whatever. So, yeah, I don't know. For me, I'm going to probably end up maybe just laying this Blue Jays money line. I think think that's what I'll do. Big price, but I don't know if I trust it on the run line necessarily. What does the chat have to say about it? Maybe they can sway me a little bit. Maybe get me on a better price than $1.65. Hey, hello to JB in there. Great to see him. I'm sure he'll have his previews today of those 2 NBA games.
That's right.
Be interested to see what he thought about our plays and what he does today. Maybe we could end up on the basketball show with Jay. All right, on his afternoon show or something. Hey, all right. Here's doubles. He's willing to lay this price with me here. I think that's the way I'm going, Mindy. I'm going to lay the. I'll just end up laying this big price with the Blue Jays. I don't think I'll go run line here. But Butterscotch saying White Sox pen is trash. Lance Lynn is trash. He's got Toronto on the money line. And we did just talk about Jay's Rangers. So I'm on him, Jay, and I'm going premium. I'm not going to tell anybody, but I'll just tell you. Nobody listen. They've done me well. Hey, Joel Costa on the Blue Jays, Young Shard Blue Jays. Nathan Cerna's got is that an exact score? Ooh, that's a look. Got Bassett coming in hot.
I guess.
I don't know. Lynn's lost them all, like I said. I mean, not on the record-wise. I mean, they lost all of his games. Sox are due, James says. Here's Gerardo wants to take White Sox run line. Alec can't trust Lance Lynn. Gerardo first 5 over. James not really sold on this one. And hey, Raleigh Buns is here today. Says Jays. Blue Jay. I think the game first 5 over. And no. I'm going to try to interpret it. I would think because he says Blue Jays first 5 over.
And then probably team total over full game, I'm guessing, but maybe not. Maybe
I'll
just
flash the comment. Everyone can interpret that. That'd be awesome, Jay. We're running out of season. And here's Curvin. Sounds like a Blue Jays first 5, maybe, but Jay does like the Blue Jays here. I'll take the Blue Jays. And Mindy on the over. All right, we're halfway through this Major League Baseball card. And moving on here, Mindy, with the Marlins going to take on the Braves. Well, here's one of your favorites. Got a $3 favorite or so. Actually, he's down. Actually, I'm showing the Braves are down to 250. There's been some serious action here, at least enough to take him from what I saw as high as 280.
Yeah.
And now the Braves at minus 250 in this one with Strider going up against Cabrera. Definitely some movement to the Marlins. Maybe that price was just too high, but boy, you would think Strider would have a pretty big advantage here. I want to give the Marlins a chance. Steam came in early on the Braves, come back now, a little bit of buyback on the Marlins.
Well, I want to give the Marlins a little bit of a chance here. I'm going to take them on the run line. Braves have just been allowing, too many runs, 6 runs of offense over their last 5 here. Strider's ERA at home is not very good. It's 5.4. And it's one of those that it's 2.45 here overall. So his splits aren't very good here at home. He had a pretty disastrous outing the last go around. It's one of those, I think the Marlins can hang in there today. I'm going to take him here on the money line. I don't want to pay a big price here with the Braves, especially with Strider not doing great at home here yet this season. But again, that'll probably change, right? Like we talked about, these splits early, we need a little bit more sample size.
I thought Cabrera's been okay. He's got a 4 ERA so far. The Marlins have split his 2 starts. We've talked about it. I mean, Marlins have been just wonderful so far. A wonderful story so far this season, over 500. The Braves have a super offense, but I think Cabrera can handle some of these guys. I've got the down arrow on a few of these Braves bats today, including Olsen, Albies in that lineup. Now, real tough situation for the Marlins going up against Strider. But, Cabrera, 2 starts against Atlanta, 3 ERA, pretty good. Miami certainly still super hot. I mean, 9-4 in the last 13 games. They've been getting real good pitching. Yeah, the offense is a work in progress. So that's why they've gone under in 9 of their last 10 games. I don't know if that'll be the case today, if things hanging out here at 8 or so. Maybe the Marlins can get some. Strider, been terrific, no doubt about it, with that 2.45 ERA. Never faced Miami, so we'll see. But the Braves have won all 4 of his starts so far, and Braves have been going kind of the opposite, 11-5 to the over in the last 16 games. Mindy, I'm going to take a 1.5 with the Miami Marlins with you. I just keep thinking, something about this team right now. They find a way to get it done. I just think we're getting a good price here at even money. I'm gonna take the Marlins with you. I don't know if I even expect them to win. I mean, it's so hard. When you take a run line, right, you're kind of using it as insurance, and you're like, I like them to win. I don't know. It just feels like the Braves may end up, maybe getting a 9th inning victory, something like that. Double says he doesn't even know if they can hit Strider. It's fun. I don't know if they can either. The Marlins just seem to be resilient in a way and finding a way. Gerardo does like the strikeouts over. I might like that too, and I still want to take the Marlins. So Nathan says they're licking their chops to get their hands on these Marlins right now. Yeah. Alec will lay 2.5 runs.
Oh goodness.
JD loves the under. I don't know. James says Miami covers that putt run line and maybe it goes over. That's probably what I'm looking right here.
Same.
So, look, I don't deny that Strider, very good, no doubt about it. No pitcher goes 30-0. Even play, and again, when I don't have Miami in the. I think this. I'm not saying that Miami's for real. I'm not saying they're going to finish above 500. I just think it's terrific that they're playing well, especially the fact that they find ways to win with this. I moved them out of last. Certainly a week or two ago when we were talking about it, but I still think they're probably 25th, 26th in offense at this point. Fernando, Braves money line. I pointed that one out already. And Butterscotch says they are hitting better. They are hitting well. They are hitting better, no doubt about it. Today it's going to be tough, but I'm going to take them. Yeah, I get it, Nathan. Gerardo is great at props, quite frankly, and he's got Strider over 8.5 Ks, juice to 145. Even I'm going to raise a little bit of an eyebrow at Gerardo there, who's always solid in every chat room I see him in. But, wow, big juice, Gerardo. Curvin is on Atlanta. And, we know. And Cabrera to go under here. He likes taking Cabrera on the under, says JD. Yeah. Interesting. So far, just 2-2 for Cabrera as far as on the total this year. And Brent on Marlins. Look at that. Look what Brent says here. Mindy says so far the Braves have. Is that true? Is that right? 0-10 so far on the run line at home. Wow. Okay, I've got him for 1 win, but maybe still, maybe I missed one. My notes are by hand here, but I got him 1-9. Doesn't matter. Still, that's bad. So Brent's on him with us. Good news for us, Minnie. I bypassed. I didn't even check that statistic out. So thank you, Brent. I'll just go with what Brent says. But anyway, no matter what. I like that. Here's Mick with an under as a lock today. He says, do not take the over. Yeah, probably going to find a way on the over here with Thurman. All right. We got another baseball play, Mindy.
All right.
We played them yet. We played yesterday. All right, the Yankees and the Twins here. Twins a big favorite here against the Yankees. Gray minus $1.50, and I'm showing this total has gone down quite considerably based on some steam that came in, and right now it is 7.5 over minus 115.
Stop it, Ramon. Stop it.
Mm-hmm.
But Brito's numbers on the road are pretty good. 1.8 ERA compared to his 5.4 overall here. Gray's ERA is very, very tiny, Ramon. 0.75 at home, 0.85 here overall. I'm going to go under the total, especially because, if we kind of take a look at these teams, they definitely don't, they haven't been averaging more than 3 runs a game here. This Twins team, they're sitting at 3.56 runs here over their last 5, and then they only give up a 3.89, and the Yankees only give up 3.17 over their last 5 games. I'm going to go under this total.
All right, I'll just sign up with you right now. We can have a breakdown if you want, but you just gave it perfectly as usual. Sonny Gray, I don't know, as old as me, maybe. As old as the song, Sunny Yesterday. Okay.
I like that song.
Yeah, I love that song. Great ERA so far. He's gone under in all 4. Well, he's gone under in 3 of the starts. One of them may have been a push. Some of you might have got a good line on that one. And so far, he's been a pretty solid under. Brito's gone under in 3 of 4. The Yankees have gone under in 8 of their last 9. Twins solid under this year, 13-7-2 so far to the under. So just feels pretty good. I would think that Gray could have some advantages, even though Yankees certainly a top 10 lineup thus far, but he could hold a little bit of advantage, I think, against guys like Rizzo and Cabrera. And I definitely think that for the Twins and their lineup, they could have some issues with Brito, especially with Kepler at the top. I've got the down arrow on Polanco and Larnach and Gallo. So I'm going to go under with you. Steam came in on the Twins, certainly here, and maybe that's why you're seeing them as the substantial favorite, safe to say, here in this one. But, with Brito, he's definitely been profitable. Gray's not been profitable actually this season, even though Twins are 3-1 and start. Remember, he was a huge favorite.
Back run support,
not getting the support. So 4 ERA and 6 lifetime starts against the Yankees. Of course, he is a former Yankee, but man, that was 4, 5, 6 years ago now. So let's go under in this one, Yankees and the Twins. So we'll mention Mindy, just Twins beat up Brito earlier this season in that was his one loss. I think they got 8 or 9 runs off of him just less than 2 weeks ago. So we're going to go under, though, in this one back in Minnesota with Gray on the mound. All right. Oh, did I miss? I better catch up on I see a few more comments here from the chat. It was Butterscotch who wants to take Yankees on the run line. Probably a pretty stiff price there, $1.65 or so. And James, if we could dictate it, we would. And I definitely don't mind. A lot of the games that I don't pick premium, I love buying runs in baseball for sure. Like I said, I'll spread my bet over. I'll take over 7.5. I'll take over 7. I'll take over 6.5, and just kind of increase my bet. The larger the juice. Simple to say. Twins first 5 for Joel. JD says he'll go under 8.5 minus $1.35. So that's kind of what I'm talking about right there, Mindy. Yeah, we're going to go under at. We're stuck with this 7.5 price right now. No doubt, because that's the way we do it here on the show. We basically go with the lines that
Right.
are given to us, but definitely see what you're talking about there, JD. All right. And let's see. Yeah, that was what it was, a bad first inning.
Real bad.
All right, so we got lots of action in baseball today. We're gonna have some fun tonight. How about the Tigers on the road against the Brewers? Colin Ray looked good in that first start. I mean, looks good. Boyd here on the road. I thought, okay, no, no, he didn't pitch yesterday. Brewers a $155-ish, 8.5 over 20.
Yeah, this is another one I'm going to go ahead and go under the total. I have it right at 8. So, I liked it better when it was at 9 here this morning. But yeah, I mean, both have, over 4 ERAs. Tigers only scoring, 2 runs on offense, but the Brewers only give up, 3 runs a game here on defense. That's kind of how I see this. It's kind of more of the Tigers' woes. They had plenty of chances to get the Orioles yesterday. Lost it on a pass ball. Ramon was happy though. He had those Orioles though on the money line, right? So yeah, I mean, I just think this one here. I think the Brewers are going to get some runs. I think they can just hold the Tigers down.
Yeah, I love the baseball card yesterday. It didn't quite work out for me in premium land. I think I I got juiced yesterday on the entire card. I'm still Mr. 64 something now. So maybe we'll get up to 7 today. Maybe we'll do it. Maybe we'll have a big day, Mindy, because I want to agree with you here. I'm also showing this line at DK at juiced 9 under. So anybody playing where I can't play that number here in Las Vegas, but when I say the biggest sports book in the United States, I'm talking about DK, and they're at 9 under 20. So that sounds like a great price. Mindy, I'll take over 8.5, under 8.5 with you. Steam came in on the over here. Maybe that's why you're seeing some 9s, certainly. But I want to play the under in this one. I think Boyd can have an advantage against some of these Brewers today. I've got the down arrow on Yelich. Some of these Winker, Rowdy Tellez today. So maybe Boyd can have a decent enough game to corral these Brewers. We already know the Brewers have been outstanding. Maybe this is a little bit, I don't want to say shaky with Colin Ray in there. I mean, I think that, Ray may find himself now, considering the situation, I would think, where they're at, that he'll end up, making starts here, no doubt. Let me take a look here. Okay, yeah. For Ray, 4.22. Okay. Brewers did win both games, though. That's what I was meant to say at in the introduction. Maybe Brewers here for me. I don't think this price is terrible, but I'm going to agree with you. I'll take the under in this one. Detroit, obviously having some struggles offensively. They've gone under in 8 of their last 10 games. Brewers have gone under in 4 of their last 6 at home. So I think under is in for me as well. Mindy, we are hot on baseball picks today. I like it. Oh, well, let me get the comments from the chat. I'm not ignoring the chat. I've already feel so, you give me your play. It's on the side I'm on. I'm just like, I'll just do it. I don't even care what they say in the chat. That's not the way I feel, because the chat is the stars of the show. All right, let's see here. We've got Shard's got a nerfy in this game. James says Brewers and under. Butterscotch lays the run line with the Brewers. Joel on the Brewers. Fernando, Fernando's looking for a good price today. He's got the Tigers on the money line. Burley's worried about that offense of Detroit. I don't know, Mindy, bottom 3, bottom 4 right now for Detroit, not getting it done for sure. But that's probably why we're at where we're at. that awesome Brewers pitching. Yeah, and here's a comment here by Butterscotch talking about Baez. I believe he's found him. Let me check it out. I think he's actually found himself on the injury list today. He is questionable today, undisclosed, but he is on the injury report, and I'm showing him as day-to-day currently. So that also, even though yes. Detroit's a week off, but that also factors in now. So, all right. Well, Mindy, we're going to go in every game here. We got 3 more left.
We got a shot at it.
The A's and Angels. Waldichuk, Suarez. Suarez nearly $2 here. Total 9.5 over 25.
Oh, well, should we just talk about the Royals and, them getting the money on the run line again versus the Angels? Never the bride, always the bridesmaid. But hey, they're at least making a little bit of money. But I'm going to take the Angels here on the run line. I don't think they can, only lose by 1 forever. It's one of those that the A's are still only scoring about 3 runs a game while allowing 8 on defense. I think this is going to be a wild pitching matchup, Ramon. I'm looking forward to it. So, but taking the Angels here on the run line.
Wild meaning you guys?
Wild, like it's going to be hits all over the place.
Oh, okay. Maybe, it should be, right?
Or wild, whichever. Walking, whatever you want to say. Lots of action.
No, it should be these guys have not been solid to say the least right now. Waldichuk, what'd you say? He's got an 80 ERA. ERA.
Well, yeah. I mean, Waldichuk has 7.65 overall, 10.61 on the road. Suarez has a 9.26 with the 9 at home. There we go.
All right. Well, I guess then there's going to be 17 runs scored in the game. I'll just take the over in this one with the A's and the Angels. Again, I've been the apologist for the Angel bullpen, and yes, they have had their blow-ups, and yeah, the Royals get the money. We see it, but I would think an over. I feel like an over. A's, they've lost 18 of 21 now. They've gone over in 14 of 20 of the 22 games thus far. So Angels have been going under a little bit. They've been getting some solid pitching. Their offense has not been as maybe what we thought, but man, against Waldichuk, you got to think pretty strong matchup here. The only guy who, I don't know, I'm not saying Waldichuk's going to get Ohtani out, but I like the entire Angels lineup, and I've kind of got a down arrow on Ohtani just because of.
All right, Ramon, I'm going to tweet at him, let him know that you have him going under today.
I might take under on Ohtani props just to be a contrarian. Angels should smash. I'm going to give the A's a chance today. Probably never going to make my premium card. This A's lineup, bottom 3, bottom 4. We all agree. Oakland, boy, this lineup is. Who are these guys? I mean. Stacy's there at the top of the lineup, but from there, I mean, it was Smith, Noda, Rooker, Capel. Boy, that does not bode well. But I'm going to take over anyways in this one. Mainly, I have to would say because of this Angels lineup today. I'm going to give the A's a chance just on price alone, but nothing on the side. We finally have a game we don't totally click on here, Mindy. But Suarez, interestingly, for all of his bad numbers, Mindy, 3-2 with a 2.38 ERA lifetime in 4 starts against Oakland.
Nice.
So, yeah, pretty good numbers there. So I'm going to take Mindy's on Angels run line, and I am on the over in this one. And the chat's got some plays, it looks like.
Yep.
Butterscotch going to lay the run line here. C-Spill's going to lay an extra run here. He'll go -2.5.
Hot sauce. I like it.
Didn't see the price, but it's got to be plus money.
Right.
Scotch has the line going up to as high as 10 right now. Again, it's at the biggest online sports book in the U.S. Also, the one 10 minutes away from me here down the street. Angels and over. That's our play there, Fernando. Good job. And numbers gang, what does that mean? This is where we get our run line cover. Okay, I get it. And Joel on the Angels here. I'm on the over, Mindy on run line. All right, we're almost done with this one. It's the Royals it's the Royals, Mindy. And well, hey, hats off. I mean, Keller's been getting it done a little bit. You do have the Diamondbacks here with Henry. So give a little bit maybe of information on Henry if you got any, or I'll have some. But still, Arizona is favored here, close to even $1.25 now. And this total is 10. It's 10 over 25. This total's been going through the roof all morning.
Yeah, and I'm going to go under. The Royals are batting .211. Makes them 29th in the MLB. Ranked 28th in runs scored. The under is 5-1 the Royals' last 6 as well. And 4-1 the Royals' last 5 interleague road games here. I like how Keller's been pitching, like you say. I don't see a lot here today. I don't see 10. How about that?
No, I mean, I get it, especially, you're talking about, your Royals. I mean, you would know. So, but Tommy Henry getting in here today. We've seen him before. He made his debut last season. So, he definitely was in there a bit last year. I want to say about a 5.5 ERA or so. He's, not totally highly. He had some great performances. I mean, he was a high school pitcher of the year, national pitcher of the year. He played at Vandy, so he should have some a future, if you will. So, or no, he wasn't at Vandy. It was in Michigan, right? I'm trying to remember. I should look up more information on Henry. I know it's his debut for the season, so maybe you guys can maybe know a little bit more about Tommy Henry than I do. Was he at Michigan? God. Oh, it escapes me now. Darn it. I'm supposed to be Mr. Know-It-All. All right. I'm not going to go with you, Mindy, on this one. I think for me, the Kansas, you got Kansas City rated pretty low, and I understand that bad batting average of theirs, but I don't know. I love Vinny. I've got the up arrow on Nicky today. I do rank them a little bit higher. I know the stats aren't good, but I mean, I think they're probably, to me, 24th or so, 20, maybe bottom 5. I don't know. Let's see what the chat has to say. I'm not sure what I'm doing here, actually. Help. All right. It's going to be Royals and over for James. Diamondbacks and over for Fernando. I'm on the Diamondbacks. Butterscotch on Arizona. Brent Cook, Arizona. Now, I don't know. I think Henry is okay. Maybe I should go in and do my research right now while on the air to make sure I'm on the right position here. I definitely want Arizona, mostly on the fade train. Mindy, right now. I mean, Royals still no right. I mean, with 11, that okay start has gone by the wayside. They've lost 11 of their last 13. I'm just worried because 10 of their last 14 games have gone over, and Arizona's producing a little bit at home, despite winning just one of their last 4 games. Oh, here it is. Okay, Henry was 3-4 with a 5.36 ERA and 9 starts last season. So there's my numbers on him anyway. Those aren't great numbers, certainly. And I give Keller credit. I mean, I think you mentioned it. I mean, he's got a pretty solid ERA so far in those 4 starts. I'm going to take Arizona, though, as one of these. I've got him as kind of one of those public favorites that I've been on. Anybody looking at my baseball, especially our friend there in the chat, going back and checking the research. I've been on a lot of baseball favorites. It's not a great long-term strategy, but right now it is working out. Joel says he does like the under in this one. Royals team total over for Gerardo. I like that look then, Gerardo. That makes me feel pretty good about the way I feel about the total, because I don't know, kind of going against Mindy, I think, on that one. I'll take the Diamondbacks, so as my play on the show here, a minus $1.20, $1.25. Any more on this one? Oh my God, James, where's the 10.5 now in this game? Wow. Yeah. DK already up to 10.5. Stop. Maybe
No,
I'm not going to be able to put
Keep
a
going.
premium on this one. Yeah, you're getting a great price. I want to go. Steam came in on the over a long time ago. Believe me. Hey, I will report to you some Steam right now that just came in that is lighting up the tote, and that is on Chris sale. I'm showing $1.20 now at BOL and a couple books. I'm showing a little bit of move here as Boston is taking some money currently. Mindy, you were already on them. The word is out. Mindy's on the Red Sox, and they're getting steamed right now up to $1.20 or more across the landscape. So. All right, Mindy, we're almost done here. Brent.
Yeah, I have it coming in at like 9. So yeah, I mean, it's still under 9.5 and 10.5.
James is ready to go with you now. Darren on Arizona. All right, here we go. Let's get this show over with. Cardinals and the Giants. Cardinals a road favorite here. $1.15. That's down. Looks like Cardinals took the steam, but all of a sudden the action might be coming in on the Giants here with Cobb. So showing $1.15 now, going down. Total 8 over 20. So maybe it's Giants. Maybe it's over. Well, this I saw steam come in on the under, but seems to be going back up now.
Well, I was looking at the under in this one. Giants, have Cobb coming off giving up just 1 run in 5 innings against the Marlins there in his last start. Cardinals look to bounce back here with Montgomery. I know he allowed 7 runs in his last start, but only 5 runs in the previous 3 combined. So again, had one of those really bad outings. But I still like the under here in this one. If I kind of take a look at, like I said, those split numbers, right? He has a 0 ERA here on the road, does Montgomery, but has the 4.84 ERA overall. And again, it's, Cobb is the one that has the 3.38, which is a little bit higher at home over his 2.79 there as well. None of these guys give up the long ball. So I like the under here in this one.
Yeah, and I like Montgomery's splits against the left-handers. I think the left-handers in the Giant lineup might have a problem. They're probably going to try to run as many right-handers as they can out there, but you're still going to have Wade probably in there, still probably leading off. So I think that will be an issue. I've got the down arrow on Yastrzemski and Crawford as well. So, Giants, that offense really isn't clicking that much. I'm going to agree with you. Take the under here. Montgomery's never faced the Giants. Cobb, good numbers. 2 starts in his career against St. Louis, 1.5 ERA with a 1-0 record. And even though he is 0-2, they have won 2 of the 4 starts for Cobb so far. I want to mention this one, Mindy, interesting stat, because I kind of like the Cards in this game. I want to find a way to get on them, especially San Francisco really just not clicking to me offensively thus far. But I will note the Cardinals are 0-7 in series openers so far this season. So a little bit of an anomaly, maybe. Maybe there is something to that. Cardinals have gone over in 6 of their last 7. That could be of concern, but maybe it's been a little bit from the pitching. Cobb is also, just like Montgomery, 0-2, but have won 2 of his 4 starts. Giants were slumping, no doubt about it, but then won those last 2 games in that series. They did a nice job there against the Mets to get that 5-4 win last night. Giants have gone over in 3 of their last 4. Both pitchers have split as far as the total is concerned in their starts. Both guys are 2-2 on the total. So I want to go under with you, Mindy. I'm going to fade a little bit the fact that these teams have been going over of late. Let's take under for another play. Let's see what the chat has. Well, sorry, chat. I just keep agreeing with Mindy, and I'm like, I don't even bother with them trying to talk me off of something. And let's see here. Giants money line for Zane. And here's an under from Butterscotch. That's got to make you feel pretty good. James says he does trust Cobb in this one. Yeah, not really hitting the cover off the ball. Young Shard's got a Nerfy here. Let's take a look at the stats for the Nerfy for Young Shard. So far, Montgomery, perfect so far, has not allowed a run in the first inning. Cobb is 3 for 4 in not allowing a run. He's allowed a run in 1 of the 4 starts. Cardinal games have had a run scored in 50% of their games so far. The Giants have had a run scored in 8 of their 21 games thus far. Cardinals number here for Fernando. And Joel on the Cardinals first 5. Let's hope so, Alex. Thank you for your comments. And we'll get the plays up there. Both team totals under for Butterscotch. And that's always a way to look at it, especially if you can find an extra 5 cents in there. If you know how to do it, you add the 2 totals up, you look at the juice of both, you take a look at the team, you look at the game total. Sometimes taking a pair of team totals under can actually be to the benefit. Especially, it's not always rock solid because, if the game is more one, like in a close game like this, that's a pretty good strategy, I think. All right. Let's get the plays up there. Mindy's typing them in. Let's go over to Tony'sPicks.com. You'll find our premium picks over there at Tony'sPicks.com. And, I saw, talking about maybe not a great day yesterday, but I think the Cappers still doing a pretty solid job here on the website. Maybe yesterday I thought I loved the card, and I end up getting juiced. I thought I was going to be Mr. 7,000. There I am at 64.33 for the year. Just want to point my numbers out, but over the last month, it's Collins at 2,600, Hollywood Sam 2,600 as well. Definitely putting up some great numbers. So, maybe one rough day over there on Sunday. Not a lot of profitable cappers. No problem. We'll get it back. Let's take a look. Mindy's got the plays coming in. Here they are. These are the Lakers. 4.5 minus 4.5. We'll take them. And we're also going here Avalanche today on the road, $1.50 or so. And I want to thank everyone. Here's the baseball. Mick was on the Cardinals, by the way. I missed that one. Mick's on the Redbirds. Rockies over. Rays money line. Rangers over. Marlins run line. Yankees under. Brewers under. Cardinals under. And thank you, Verley. Thank you, everybody. Want to point out Kervin's last comment here.
Didn't like that one.
Sue was here today. We didn't hear from her, but she was here. She just had time to say bye. We know Sue gets kind of busy joining us from the Two Old Ladies Network. Thank you. Great to have everyone in the chat. Appreciate it. Don't know what we got up to today, Mindy, by 80.
Yeah, it was I think mid-90s there for a while. So
Okay, great.
not too bad. Not too bad.
Sounds
No,
great.
110 like yesterday. But it is Monday. Someone's got a case of the Mondays.
Yeah, I didn't want to make it off color, but on Twitter, where did I see it? A weird trend. Okay, good. It's gone. I'll tell you off the air what was trending. Okay. Thanks everybody. Great
Tom
show.
would like for you to put up his play as well there.
So say it again, dear.
Tom would like for you to put up his play.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, I will. Oh, okay. Wow. Man, I don't know if I've ever been able to get on something like that before. Well, I'm on Milwaukee, so why not? Double thank you, Butterscotch. That's how we end our show right there with Butterscotch. All right. Thanks a lot, everybody. Thanks for joining Mindy. Tomorrow, no morning steam. So please join us. Oh, let me pop up the Discord.
The game day picks, right? Ramon, you're going to go over with Tony, right?
I'll be on the game day picks tomorrow, no doubt. So I just took a look at the Discord because I was going to invite everyone to join us for the day off, and I see some. I don't know if Latifa put some comments in there, but some pictures of us. But I'm going to take a look at that one as soon as we get off the air. All right, let me pop the Discord up there, though, because we will be back on Wednesday with more morning steam. Tuesday is our dark day. So as you could join us in the Discord for more plays, I'll definitely be there for you guys, giving out some free plays. That's what I'll do. Also go over the card with Tony. Yeah, great to have. NFL To Go was here. I see there. Didn't get a chance to comment, but appreciate it.
It was Latifa that said, this game is going to overtime. So she was calling her shot, giving you the proof. Crack me up. That's what she put in the Discord there.
Oh, did I not say this game? Yeah. And boy, that was really, I was wondering why we had there it is. Okay, this game's going over. Yeah.
And then she shows the clip where she went back and screenshotted that she did say, and it was official. This game's going over.
I do see and understand it now. It makes sense.
See, that's why we put your comments on.
That's right. That's why we do it. That's why you guys are the stars, so that when we chop up these videos and they get viewed by, our show, Mindy, I don't know if you keep track like I do, because I want to make sure we keep our show make Tony and everybody happy, the GM. But, we get whatever, 400, 500, 600 views, maybe even more on some of the big shows. And then not only that, we chop them up into a Major League Baseball segment, a basketball segment, a hockey state segment. Those get viewed 75, 100, 125 times, even more on the big cards. And then each individual game gets broken up like these. So when you comment and we flash those comments on the screen, not only is it's getting viewed about 1,000 times. So because each individual game also usually receives upwards of 100 or more. So keep with your comments, keep them coming. Always be ready, because that's what the show really. Yeah, Mindy and I are making free picks. We're trying to tout our premium picks over there, but you guys are the stars right here of the Morning Steam, and that's just the way it's evolved. So
that's right.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Great job. Great show. We'll catch you again on Wednesday with more Morning Steam. For Mindy Hahn, I'm Ramon Scott. Thank you for joining us.
Bye-bye.